few years ago, I was talking to a fellow coworker about the subject of abortion. When I asked her if she would ever have an abortion, she told me that she would because to her, abortion was okay because the fetus was not yet a baby, and she looked at abortion as the same as a puddle of water, just another blob on the road. Also, a family member, a friend of the family's, had an abortion a couple years back, and right after, the father of the baby died. She now has to live with the regret of having the abortion because she knows that if she would have kept the baby, that she would still have some part of him here with her today. According to abortion facts, there are about 42 million abortions worldwide that happen yearly, and about 115,000 happen each day. Abortion should be made illegal because it is considered murder because it's a murder of an innocent child. It also has future complications for the people who have them. Today I would like to give you information about abortion being a form of murder, the developmental stages of the baby, and consequences that can follow after an abortion. According to necessarily, abortion demeans human life. Also, according to the Bible, in Psalms 139:13-14, it says, "For you formed my inward parts, you covered me in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul know very well." There are several types of abortions, and an abortion can take place any time throughout the pregnancy. According to the American Pregnancy Association, there types of abortions, there are different types that can happen. There is the abortion pill that can be taken anywhere between weeks 1 through 9 of gestation, and it terminates the pregnancy. Also, between weeks 6 and 12, there is a surgical procedure that can happen, and it's called suction aspiration. This is where the fetus is vacuumed out of the mother's womb. There is also an induction abortion, which is when there is potassium chloride, urea, and salt water injected into the amniotic sac. The amniotic sac is where the baby lives. This stops the baby's heart, killing the baby. Prostaglandins are then inserted into the woman's vagina, and Pitocin is started through an IV to start or induce contractions so that she can deliver the dead baby. The developmental stages of the baby can help a person to clearly see why abortion is a form of murder. According to the Mayo Clinic staff, a pregnancy test does not turn out positive until about week 4 of the pregnancy. Many women don't know they're pregnant until they've taken the pregnancy test, so they've already been pregnant for 4 weeks before they even consider an abortion. During the 5th week of the pregnancy, the baby's spinal cord, brain, and heart and other organs begin to develop. According to the American Pregnancy Association, 5.5 to 6.5 weeks are a good week to determine the fetal heart rate or fetal pulse by ultrasound through the vagina. The heartbeat should be strong, ranging between 140 and 170 by weeks 8 or 9. This also shows you that the baby has a heartbeat when the mother has the abortion, killing the baby. Many people have explored and researched the question, does a fetus feel pain? Dr. Stuart Derbyshire talked about Fitzgerald's research, which revealed at 7.5 weeks gestation, reflex responses to somatic stimuli begin, and touching the perioral region results in contralateral bending of the head. The palms of the hand become sensitive at stroking at 10.5 weeks, and the rest of the body and hind limbs become sensitive around 13.5 weeks. These all show you that the baby does in fact feel stuff when they do have the abortion. There are other often complications or emotional consequences that go along with someone having an abortion. For most women, it does not just end in the doctor's office after the abortion. According to afterabortion.org, women with one abortion face a 2.3 relative risk for cervical cancer compared to a non-aborted woman. Uterine perforation or damage to the uterus is increased with abortions and can lead to complications in later pregnancies, such as uterine damage that can have the development of an abnormal placenta, which the placenta nurses the baby throughout the pregnancy. This can also increase the risk for placenta previa, which is a dangerous complication for the mother and the baby. The risk for excessive bleeding during labor, prenatal death, and risk for fetal malformation in future pregnancies is also a complication. There is also an increased risk for later birth, resulting in a handicapped baby. Ectopic pregnancies, pelvic inflammatory disease, and endometriosis are all risk factors for women who decide to have abortions. Some women experience some or all symptoms associated with postpartum traumatic stress syndrome. Abortion should indeed be made illegal because it is a form of murder. So we should not support abortions, we should not have abortions, and we should know if someone is debating abortion, we should talk to them. Abortions are a form of murder. The developmental stages of the baby indicate that it is a form of murder, and complications following abortion are serious. It is important to prevent abortions from happening and save as many lives as we possibly can. Talk to people, explain the Bible, talk to them before they have the abortion so that they won't have an abortion.